Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a ferry service in Jamaica. Now Jamaica has no ferry service as of today, but they used to have a ferry service. Now with all the traffic that is in the Kingston metropolitan area, maybe it is time that they start looking back into setting up a ferry. Now, to get from Portmore to downtown can take up to an hour on the roads. But a ferry service from Portmore to downtown Kingston could take 15 minutes because it's right along the Kingston Harbour. And Jamaica has the 7th largest natural harbour in the world. So there was a time when they had a ferry service from downtown Kingston to Port Royal. That could be another major tourist attraction in Jamaica. Not to mention, the Palisades Strip is the only roadway that can take you to the Norman Manley International Airport. So if anything was to ever happen and that road gets blocked, then it would be a serious problem. So a ferry service between downtown Kingston and the airport, or Port Royal, which is close to the airport, would become essential. So we're going to go through an article that gives more information on the ferry service. Also, guys, let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the section below. Jamaica, an island rich in maritime heritage, once relied heavily on ferry transportation to connect its coastal towns, support commerce, and move people efficiently across its harbors and bays. Over the decades, this mode of transport faded into obscurity due to the rise of road travel and neglect of maritime infrastructure. However, with the growing pressures of urban congestion, climate change, and rising tourism demand, there is renewed interest in reviving ferry services across Jamaica. A modern, efficient ferry system could play a vital role in shaping Jamaica's future mobility, economy, and resilience. Historically, ferries were essential in connecting areas such as Kingston and Port Royal, and routes along the northern and southern coasts. These services were particularly important in a time when roads were undeveloped and rail service was limited. Boats and small ships helped rural vendors reach city markets, transported goods between parishes, and allowed for greater access to Jamaica's coastal towns. Ferries were also an affordable and reliable way for Jamaicans to travel, especially in the early to mid-20th century. With the expansion of highways and the decline of the railway system, ferry services were largely abandoned. Today, only a few private or tourism-based boat services operate, mainly in areas like Negril, Ochias, and around Kingston Harbour. These are not part of a coordinated national system and remain underused as tools for public transportation. Yet the demand for alternatives is growing. Traffic congestion in Kingston and Montego Bay has worsened, and road expansion is both costly and environmentally disruptive. A ferry network, especially in Kingston Harbour, could relieve road pressure, shorten commute times, and reduce carbon emissions. A trip from Portmore to downtown Kingston, for instance, could be cut from an hour by car during rush hour to just 15 minutes by ferry. Moreover, tourism offers a strong reason to reintroduce ferries. As Jamaica welcomes more cruise ships and resort visitors, ferries can provide a scenic, comfortable way to move people along the coast and between destinations such as Montego Bay, Falmouth, and Ochias. They could also connect heritage sites like Port Royal to the capital, offering cultural experiences that extend beyond the beach. There is also a clear economic and environmental case. Ferries could support job creation in both operations, maintenance, and marine infrastructure. Additionally, as the country faces more extreme weather due to climate change, ferry systems offer an alternative mode of transport when roads are damaged or flooded. In this way, ferries could help build climate resilience into Jamaica's transport network. Alright guys, that's the end of the update article. So let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the section below. Alright guys, have a good day.